Howdy. Welcome to the Luce Lemire channel. Welcome to your weekly love guidance. Ooh, I've never had the whale spirit. Whale spirit says, trust in the great mystery. So we're gathered here today on the Luce Lemire channel. Take a seat. Grab some water. Hydrate yourself and your spirit. Take a deep breath in. We're gathered here today to get into this love guidance for the week ahead, or the moment that you stumble upon this video. It might be giving you something, food for thought, a moment to pause and reflect on how to move in your love life to take you towards the highest good. The highest good of you and your love energy and your love life, and the highest good of the world. I know. What is the guidance here for my for my friend watching? There's another card that wants to come out. It's not that one. There's so many. Wow. I think it might be this one. Sweet results await. Okay, cat spirit. Claim your independence. And I feel like it just won't stop, and I feel. I don't know the lyrics to that song, but how I heard them in my head was, oh shit, was I'm free. Now, this card was left out of the deck when I shuffled. Know your worth. I feel like embrace the in-between. Oh boy. I feel like I'm talking to someone's here who are beginning to know their worth, but had greatly forgotten it. There's someone here who really doesn't know their worth, and their worth is coming from an external validation in their love life. And that's fine, but check yourself, right? Make sure that you know what you are good about in your world. But also I'm seeing someone who is in between adopting and affirming that they have a certain value in their love world, and reconciling whether someone will treat them the way they feel they deserve to be treated, and might be negotiating that space. Well, I feel like I deserve to be treated like this, but I'll take this. Kind of thing. Because it's scary to say no. I'm picking up this scene from this movie that I saw. There was a woman that, it was a pretty decent movie. It was alright. I am gonna reshuffle the cards. In this movie, this woman was dating this man who was everything a woman could want. He was romantic. He was listening to her, and not just listening to her talk, but listening to her ideas and how she moves in the world and how she lives and her passions. And he was very attracted to that. And he had money. He had a good job. He had, he was what a lot of people say is the jackpot. And he was handsome, and he put it down in the bedroom. She was very happy until he started distancing himself. And he broke her heart in a way. She was already suffering from heartbreak before she met him, but he broke her heart, and he was saying, I think we should take it slow. Things are really busy in my world. There's this and this happening for me, and la la la. And she called him out. She said, really, this whole thing. Yeah. So towards the end of the movie, he comes back to her after this sort of big blowout, and he has a realization about some things that she shared about him. He really has time to think, and he comes back to her and says, look, I want you to be like my wife. I want you to be my partner. I want you to come with me. And she says, but I live in another state. I live in another country. and I'm not moving here because there's no program for my school. Like she was doing a PhD or something. I know it's a long story. Bear with me. Bear with me, girl. I call everybody girl, so chill out. Relax. And he said, I don't do long distance. Number one, he spoke up for himself and what he wanted. And she said, and I'm not moving here because I'm in school. And they both had this really heartbreaking moment where they had to say goodbye to each other. Now, that is that spread that just kind of came out, that kind of energy where know your worth is taking a back seat, know your worth is added back in, something sweet is coming, and that in between in the reverse. To me, what this is telling me to tell you is there might be some tough choices that maybe you've made in the past and might be wondering if you made the right choice. Or you might be flirting with these ideas in your head where you know that you want this, but you might be willing to take something less than that, but in the vicinity of it. And there's something about that spirit might be calling your attention to say, hey, take a look at this. Do you really not think that you will get this and that? Do you really think that there has to be a sacrifice in your love energy, your love life, for you to have it all, whatever your all is? What's the love guidance for my people watching? 6 minutes later, the real reading. Fox Spirit in the protection. Again, more decks, more cards in this deck. I should have probably done a pick card maybe for this one. Fox Spirit, think on your feet in the protection. Foxes are cunning. They're off their game a little bit in the protection. Guidance and love. Okay. So Fox Spirit and these three are here to tell you the love guidance for you for the week ahead. The Star in reverse, the Page of Swords, and the Chariot in reverse. To me, the Page of Swords will always, not always, but boy is insecure. He doesn't know what to do, how to move. He's lost a little bit. In your love life, though, I mean, let me clarify him, because he stays. We have the Fool at the bottom of the deck and the Page of Cups in reverse. So he might be ready to swing. I feel like he's so lost that he just might be able to swing. Or he's in a certain position this week that he's wanting to swing, but it's almost like his indecision or his inability to make a move, his overload of information that he has as the Page of Swords in air. He knows too much that it's hard for him to make a choice that is right for him. The Fox in reverse is a cunning boy, but in reverse, he's off his game. The Page of Swords, in this environment of the Chariot, the wind not knowing where it's going to blow, he can't hit the ball. Because the wind is an external factor that's going to throw off the ball that he decides to hit. When it comes to your love life, thinking on your feet, you may have to be making decisions and choices and moves and thoughts that you are not really prepared for. You're not really prepared for them. Let's look at Fox Spirit a little bit more. Are you camouflaging yourself to avoid intimacy? Perhaps you are being too clever for your own good and playing games to protect yourself. Being dishonest, yeah, exactly. Because of such external forces, He'll really have to make a move not based off of the chances out there, but he'll really have to hang tight with the turbulence and sit with himself to see what kind of choice he's going to make. I love when a plan comes together. That's beautiful. I digress. Are you being too clever for your own good and playing games to protect yourself? Being dishonest with yourself or others can become isolating and create obstacles to true connection. Fox Spirit calls you to be attuned to what is happening within you and around you so that your quick thinking and creativity can lead you to better relationships and situations. You are called to use your Fox Spirit beneficially rather than in ways that keep you from experiencing what you want. Or perhaps right now you are realizing that a situation is trickier than it appears on the surface, and you are afraid to make a move in case it turns out to be a mistake. Absolutely. Page of Swords has come through. Doesn't know what to do, insecure, might make the wrong choice, and I would say that's true. Fox Spirit is here to remind you that when you are in alignment with the Great Spirit, the answers and solutions come quickly and you can trust them, thinking on your feet. Don't overthink a situation. Absolutely not. Do not be in that Page of Swords energy of overthinking a situation. Don't overthink a situation in order to avoid the challenge of facing a difficult truth. Fox Spirit's creative nature will always be there to guide you and help you move quickly into better circumstances. There's an insecurity about the situations that are going on around you and you don't know how to act. Maybe you've been, searching for answers here and there, and not checking with the person that might really need to be interviewed with the answers, that person being you. When life is turbulent, when love situations are wildin', the only constant, which isn't even always a constant, is you. The one thing that you have available to yourself is you. And we don't trust ourselves. That's why we look for answers elsewhere. We don't trust what we want. We don't trust our fluctuating moods. We don't trust, our own inner climate sometimes. So we don't trust the decisions that come from that person, us. With the Chariot in reverse, this is chaos. There's, to me, it's two sphinxes going in two different directions. I want this and I want that. I would encourage you to go watch the general reading for this week because that also has something to do with indecision. The previous cards that came out, being in the in-between space, that's also a space that is more or less acceptable, unfortunately. Where you don't know, you don't want to make the wrong decision, you don't want to act too quickly because, well, it's not time for you to act. The Star in reverse here? I don't know what she's doing here, to be honest. I see her. But I feel like she's honestly minding her own business. I feel like the Star is truly minding her own business and waiting for another day, chopping wood, and waiting for another day for her to do what might need to be done. She's waiting. Tell me about the Page of Swords. Clarify my boy here. Overthinking. We know this. Yeah. Yeah. Don't be too quick to make a decision this week when it comes to your love life. Give yourself the space and the time and the room to, the Queen of Swords comes back again, to level up. To level up and see things from an all-around perspective. To me, the Queen of Swords is someone who has been through it. This is her sword. Wow, the Queen of Swords is a star in her spare time. Do you see this woman getting buck wild, getting buck naked, going outside, pouring water up in this? Girl, no. Maybe in her youth now. The Fool in reverse. The Fool was in the upright before. I don't know if it was this reading or not. I'm confused now. When it comes to your love life this week, there's something here about you not making any sudden moves until you are in a position where You're not in the situation. You're not of the situation. You're kind of above it. And we can never truly be above a situation because we still got our feet in it. But when you can sort of command the winds, I know it's strange, but if I said the chariot is the storm and the wind, the chariot in reverse is storm and the wind, commanding the winds is when you can command yourself and see where your north is. See what direction you want to go. Once you looked at yourself as the constant to say, what do I want? These are the circumstances that are going on around me in my love life or not going on around me in my love life. What is it that I want? What is it that I need? What is it that I want for my future? The Page of Swords here, baby boy, bless him. He's in the situation and he's trying to batter up. He's trying to do what he needs to do in the storm. And old boy feels the pressure of having to do something. But the truth is he shouldn't actually do something. The environment is not conducive for him to do anything at this point. For some of you, I might honestly be reading not for you, but for someone else that you might be dealing with. It's not the right moment. Up until the page can level up to be the queen, someone who's been wounded and has taken her wounds to guide her into a position of knowledge and power and sympathy and empathy for herself, her desires, and other people and what they're capable of, until he can get to that position where he can wear the chariot and be the charioteer and command the charioteer to take him in the direction that he wants to be in. There's no making any sort of like decisions here. The sword of truth is not known. The truth is not known yet in terms of like what is wanted and being able to really deliver and speak with truth, knowing your worth and being able to face a situation which is close to what you want, so close to what you want you can taste it because you've had it before. But being able to say, but I know that even though this is what I want, there's something more that I want, and this situation as it is right now may not be the most conducive situation for me at this particular point in time. And there's a strength that it takes to do that. And right now, you or whatever situation you're in is not ready to do that. But there will come a time when you will be, where you wear this queen energy, where you can look at the situation and speak that truth with compassion, with a softness and a strength that can cut through any type of storm that dictates the direction of the storm. Yeah, lots of majors here. Well, I wish you everything. Keep your light on and good luck.